Hello, this is Joseph Gillette Sr. with Venture Capital Cross. In this video, we're going to describe the most basic process to sell your shares. So if you're an employee of a private company like Palantir or any of the thousands of private companies, you may have received options, RSUs, or shares in addition to your payment or as a bonus, or maybe they allowed you to invest at a good price and you want to sell your shares. And what we do at Venture Capital Cross is we're a broker-dealer and we'll manage the whole process for you. So what are the steps? The first step is the KYC and the diligence. So you would send us your photo ID, social security number, just like if you're opening an account at a broker-dealer, and send us your proof of shares, which is a share certificate. It can be a screenshot from Carta or whatever platform you're using. And after we evaluate this and approve it, then we would sign an agreement. And that agreement would be the agreement between you and the broker-dealer at first. It's basically a sell order ticket. And the same thing would be for a buyer. If a buyer wanted to buy shares in XYZ company, they would first sign an order ticket. After you sign the order ticket, we're going to match that order with a buyer. And it's important to sign the ticket first, because otherwise the buyer might say, well, is the buyer firm? Is the seller firm? Is the seller real? Is the seller, have you checked the diligence? And we've done all that. So there's a little bit of upfront work involved, and then we take your sell order ticket and match it with the buyer. There's a couple different ways you can sign an order ticket. One is a binding firm offer ticket, and another is just an agency agreement. So you can choose between that. The firm order ticket has higher execution rates, and typically sellers will get a higher price with a firm order, because, like, let's say that you have two offers. You have an offer to buy shares at 15 and an offer at 17. Obviously the 15 offer is better, but with a higher offer, if it's firm, you may decide to take that because maybe the guy at 15 changes his mind or raises the price and you're not really sure, whereas the firm order is going to get looked at more and it's going to execute faster. So after price discovery, then there's a match in the middle here, and the match is the execution. So if we have a buyer and a seller and they agree on a price, including all the fees, the price matches and then we have execution. Once a trade executes, then it moves to settlement. Settlement is a topic for a different video because it can depend on the company policy. Is the transfer happening direct with the company or in an SPV? And those are going to change how that process works. But basically, if it's direct transfer, you notice the company, you wait 30 days, the company has the right of first refusal to approve it. When they approve it, then the buyer wires the money to the seller, the company transfers the shares on the cap table from the seller to the buyer, and then everyone confirms that all is okay and the transaction is complete. In an SPV transaction, it happens a lot faster. It can happen in 24 hours, but that's basically the process to sell your shares. If you're selling SPV interests, you're going to need the approval of the general partner of the SPV in order to do that. So there's some more rules and details depending on the nature of your situation, and that's why we ask you just to reach out first. It's also going to depend on the name, and there's a lot of moving parts to private markets, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you with that, and we're going to earn our fee, and we only charge a fee if we're successful. If we're unable to bring you a counterparty, then there's not going to be anything owed in any case.